Coming to you live from EverMedia Studios in Los Angeles, this is EverTalk Live.
Happy Wednesday, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Moye. This is EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for all things happiness and Hollywood, a little pop culture and positivity. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to LA.
Welcome back. Cheers, Rob.
Man.
Happy 2 years being together.
It's incredible that 2 years goes by that fast.
Oh, it was
unreal.
Absolutely unreal. We had such a good show yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
Amazing show. I mean, I think every day I feel like increasingly blessed, and every day I'm like, oh, this was the most amazing show because of the interviews, but that happens every single day.
I know Darren Jacobs was with us. He is the voice of Hartman and Death Star. Let's take a look at yesterday's Rewind.
Coming to you live from EverMedia Studios in Los Angeles, this is EverTalk Live.
Happy Tuesday, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Moye. This is EverTalk Live. It's a serious hashtag vibe. What's the title of your next book?
Oh, exactly. That's the point. I have no
Right?
idea. Yeah.
First thing I do is check my phone.
That means I have to get my joints moving in the morning.
Somebody read the 5 love languages.
I did.
Right here.
I am very impractical. I am always optimistic. I would live my life every day in high heels if I could. Well, Christina Fulton is with us.
So it took me 5 years to skin hack. This cream is sort of being your bodyguard.
Susan Leibson's with us today.
Oh, I don't even know how I got on that email list, but I did. It's a sister. It really is.
We've seen this gorgeous woman, Meredith Thomas, gracing your screen.
I've done 6 holiday films in total. It's really become a season.
So amazing. I love Meredith Thomas's interview. Just incredible. I mean, just to do a movie with Chevy Chase must be incredible.
Oh, 'tis the season for holiday films, just like our guest this morning. Dear Santa, I need a date.
Indeed.
We both need a date. Good morning, everyone. Back in the studio. Good morning. Hello. Oh, we're so excited to have you all here today, hot off of Dear Santa, I Need a Date. Yeah, that's right. Regan's with us. Good morning, Regan.
Good morning.
So here, we like to know, how do you wake up and stay woke? What's your morning routine?
Coffee.
Coffee.
I'll drink to that.
Lots of coffee, yes.
That's good. Did you get the IV on the way in here?
Oh, no, I need some, actually. I need some.
We'll make sure you get some more on the commercial break. Anne-Marie Johnson is with us. Good morning, Anne-Marie.
Good morning.
So how do you wake up and stay woke? What's your morning routine like?
I love the mornings. So I don't drink coffee, never have. I'm just unfortunately, that cheery person who wakes up good to go, ready to go. So I'm just happy to be alive.
Wow, is that just in your DNA? That's
That
just
is
the way
in
you
my
are.
DNA. You have to work on it. It's a choice. It's all a choice. But I choose to be happy, and I choose to be blessed. So happy to be here.
Love that. Sounds very much like my sister and my mom. They're built that way. They wake up and they boom, right at it.
That's right. Well, you tried it. Tiana's in the house. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
So nice to be here.
Oh, we are so excited to have you here, and of course, get one of the first looks at the newly released video later in the show. But first, tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke?
Well, usually my dog wakes me up, so he's just like, you need to wake up, you need to take me out to go pee. So that's how I start my morning. He's like literally like licking on my face, and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's how I start my morning.
That's awesome. What's your dog's name?
Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson.
It is a good name.
Rachel D'Alta is with us. She is Match's chief dating expert. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
Oh, we want to know how to survive this holiday season as a single later in the show. But first, tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke?
I think I have a combination. I'm pretty happy in the morning, but I'm definitely highly caffeinated. And then, I scroll through social media for about 20 minutes before I get out of bed, mostly because I really like my bed.
Wow. That's amazing. That's like an upper and a downer for me. Get the coffee, I'm up. The social media, I don't know. It's tough.
Right back
tough look.
down.
Yeah, exactly. I need more coffee all of a sudden.
One of the best-selling authors, Brad Warner, is with us. Good morning, Brad.
Morning.
So tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke?
Well, I usually meditate first thing in the morning. I'm the outlier on the group, I suppose. But I didn't have time this morning, so yeah, if I don't get my morning meditation, it's like a normal person not getting their coffee, so yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for being with us. We look forward to continuing conversation with each of you later in the show.
So interesting how everybody starts the day in different ways, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's incredible. I remember like years ago when I was really young, and I struggled so much with depression and stuff like that, man, I didn't have a great routine. I just hopped up, I got dressed, and my day was pretty much downhill from then. So.
But routine changes it all, right?
It does change it all. It's absolutely incredible. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but you know, I think I suffered with, and in fact, I know I did, I suffered with seasonal affective disorder for a long time, and I think a lot of people do. Just the lack of sunlight, particularly around this time of the year.
Oh.
Yeah, a little tough.
Little tough.
Yes.
It's definitely a hashtag mood. Well, we want to know some of your tips on how to survive that. Speaking of which, we survived Vegas.
Oh my gosh, we did.
Last night. Oh my gosh, you know, we are honoring 2 years of Rob and I's hard work together. 2 years of incredible. And we were in Vegas last night.
Oh man.
We took the team, little Alex Shine, to Vegas to really celebrate just for one day. So Jet Suite, thank you so much for getting us there safely. We had such a good time, didn't we?
Infinite gratitude for Andy Wald, the executive producer. I mean, just an incredible and epic time. I gotta say, it was probably the best time I ever had in Vegas. Right?
Was that the most you ever won?
That was amazing. Oh. Definitely the most I ever win because I never play.
Rob's new name is Stacks. I gave it to him lovingly. That's right, because he was getting stacks.
You guys are like literally lucky charms, I think, because maybe I've played once or twice, but I'd never win.
Oh,
but I won a little.
We had a great time, and then dinner at Il Molino. You know, our executive producer has always talked about this famous restaurant in New York, so it was really special for us to go and have a taste of it right there in Las Vegas.
Oh man, amazing.
So happy we were actually skipping down the strip.
Brad should appreciate that because Brad, the senior publicist at New World Library, Kim Corbin, has started like this skipping trend, as you know, and so one of the ways in which, you know, I sort of started with the publishing company was doing a skipping video for her.
Oh, so much fun. And she, of course, is one of our many guests. In fact, we have had thousands of guests featured on the show.
It's unbelievable, actually. And I can't believe, again, like 2 years, how does it happen? How's it blow by?
We blinked.
We did. And
seriously.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I couldn't ask for a better way to wake up than waking up with you,
yes,
Rob. Thank you for being such an incredible partner on this journey. I wouldn't have it any other way,
that
really.
feeling is so mutual. I think we have the most incredible dream team of all. Truly, we do.
We really do.
I got to ask you a question, though. What was it like waking up this morning for you? Because it was tough for me.
Well, it was a little rough, let me tell you.
What time did you get to bed?
I don't know.
Maybe you're still awake?
Yeah, exactly. I think I made it to bed by like 12:30.
Yeah.
And I'm usually totally a Cinderella now that I have to pretend to be a morning person to do this morning show. So extra coffee.
It's pretty good. Yeah. 12:30. I know I was the same way. It was like 12:30, and then I had this incredible ear pain from the pressurized cabin situation. Yeah, and I woke up at 3:30, and it was like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. No. So I did go to the gym. But I just intended to go to the sauna. But
oh my gosh, you are so impressive.
Oh,
well, I woke up and, like you mentioned, LA is serving a hashtag moody weather.
Oh my gosh.
Today.
Yeah.
It totally affects us seasonally. I was so excited coming off our big wins in Vegas and being here to be with our guests and celebrate 2 years together. But it's hard to really keep up the positive vibes when all it is literally rain.
Absolutely, it's so true. And for the longest time, I just thought I was depressed. I live in Pittsburgh, of course, and for a while I lived in Seattle. And the challenge there is that it's always overcast and it's always rainy. It feels that way, at least. And there is a difference between sort of like the holiday blues and seasonal affective disorder. Like seasonal affective disorder, it's actually more of a clinical diagnosis. And so when you're struggling with SAD, seasonal affective disorder, really there's a disruption in the normal functioning of your day-to-day life. So you feel more you just feel more tired, you may crave sweets, you don't have interest in things that you normally would have interest in. It's a sort of milder version of depression. But it was a very real thing for me. I don't know if you've ever suffered with that, Jez.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Being that I grew up in Michigan,
Right.
winter was really hard for me, and I was really surprised how much my overall mood changed by living in California and really seeing the sun 99% of the
Yeah.
time. So what can people do if they are feeling a little bit sad?
Such a good point. So one of the things they can do is take a tip from EverTalk Live and start a morning routine. It's good to get up and get moving. That's one of the best things you can do is just move your body and actually have a routine and sort of ramp up for the day. The other thing is to get more light, whether it's artificial light or real light, you want more light. Also vitamin D is very helpful. Meditating is very helpful, of course, as our great author and Zen teacher mentioned there. But those are just a few quick tips, and there's a lot more. And you can always send us a message if you want to get more. But I think getting moving, meditating, having a morning routine, and getting more light, or at least vitamin D, very helpful.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Well, if you are feeling sad and you want to shop for a cause, I'll be at Alice and Olivia in Beverly Hills tonight, supporting Nancy Davis in her Race to Erase MS.
Jez, can't stop, won't stop.
That's right.
Very Miley Cyrus right now. That's amazing. I just love your energy. That's incredible.
I do what I can. Well, stay tuned. We have a really fun show coming, and the stars of Dear Santa, I Need a Date, next after this break.
Hey.
Stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
We look good. You look good. All of us.
We are so hot and humble. You know me, I gotta follow the light.
Yeah, girl. It's all about that light.
I saw that light over there. I said, this must be my light.
Why are we taking me laugh? You story.
Our producer's messing up the set. Security.
Thank you. That was awesome. I was like, are we going into infomercial already? Where's the 1-800 number? I don't know how we need to have these bloopers. Well, there you have it. Yes. You guys can binge watch all of our episodes on upgradeyourlifetv.com and on the EverTalk app. Bye, guys. Bye.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Dad, no. No, please don't look at me like that.
We just have to figure out if marriage is what you want. I mean, you're both pushing 40.
And kids. I mean, your eggs are diminishing by the second. Shh, listen. There goes one now.
Over easy.
Okay, listen. It's the same every year at holidays. It's just the four of us.
And it's time to expand our family. Good talk. I think I'll go help your mother.
You are so cute.
Not seen that.
I'm gonna watch that movie.
I know. I think I'm gonna watch it.
What's it like seeing yourself, particularly for the first time? I mean, you see yourself all the time, probably, but in that particular.
It's very painful for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's very painful. Yeah.
What's painful about it?
Well, you judge everything. I mean, can you imagine
Yeah, that's
looking in a
true.
mirror when you didn't expect to look in the mirror? And you're
That's
like,
true.
oh my God.
But I like it, especially if it's something that I haven't seen, or a show or a movie, and they're showing a scene that I haven't seen. I like it because
Yeah.
I get caught in it. Like, oh my.
I mean, that was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So.
I love your on-camera dynamic and you two together. Thank you for being with us today,
Genuinely,
by the way.
yes.
And who doesn't love a good holiday movie?
I love them.
Yeah, this is. I mean, we all love holiday movies, but for people of color, the holiday movies really weren't as relatable
Right,
as they
right,
could be.
right.
So this is a nice way to make a universal message, really universal.
And you can watch it with your family, with the little kids, with grandma over whatever grandma cooked.
Yeah, right?
And you can have a good time. You can laugh. We have heartfelt moments in it as well. So it's like a nice roller coaster.
So what is the overall message of Dear Samurai, I need to say?
Love.
Yes.
Partnership.
And family.
Yeah. Mhm.
Family.
Companionship.
And sometimes taking a moment to see what's around you and who's around you and appreciate the people who are around you who you may not have noticed before.
Just love
Yeah.
that. So over the years, I always wonder, like, has your sort of definition and sort of understanding of love, like, evolved? Because I know mine was very different when I was like 19, 20.
Oh, well, sure.
And now that I'm 22,
Yeah.
it's a little different.
Again, well, being 25, I still haven't evolved.
You know, I'm 19.
Yeah, so we're still learning.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, we're both old married women.
Yes, it's true.
So you've been married for
20 years.
and I've been married for 23, 24 years,
Yeah.
together with the same person for 34 years. So love does evolve when you're in
It
a
does.
relationship. I think if it's a healthy,
For sure.
balanced relationship, you just grow stronger and stronger in love.
And you can add people to your
Yes.
circle. You know,
That's
I
correct.
have children, and love, I think, also forces you to create boundaries to protect yourself. Protect that love, too. That's something that you have to grow into.
So how have each of you navigated that then, having the careers that we do in television, in film, the relationships and love? It can be the hardest.
I made a choice when my husband and I met. We both made a choice. We said no children because we knew we would not be able to replicate what our parents did. Well, I had the best parents in the world. He had incredible parents. But I wanted to be a full-time actress, and I knew that I was not capable to do both. Some women are, obviously, but I just was not capable to do both, and I didn't want to subject a child to the unevenness, the emotional unevenness, and the financial unevenness of this business. So we made that choice together, and we stuck to that choice. So we're partners, and that's how I've been able to navigate it.
And as long as I've been in the business as well, like the older I get, the more I understand and respect people's choices, because having kids in this business is hard. Like this morning, I'm putting on makeup, telling my kids to make their lunch, and it's hard. But you respect people's choices, and like you said, you have to make the choice to be happy every day. I make the choice to figure it out every day.
Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic and interesting to me. And you guys have both had really prolific careers. I'm just fascinated by that, inspired by that. Prolific, yes.
I'm going to write that word down.
Right?
We'll use it later on today.
So
Pittsburgh education.
there it is. See, they got good education.
Public
there.
school.
Yeah, exactly. What would you say has been the secret to that success?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a secret.
No.
Oh.
Hard work,
Yeah.
dedication, well educated, understanding the business, being on time, being professional.
Booking, auditions.
That's, you know, there's no secret.
Yeah.
Just work.
And you just keep at it. I mean, we've both been. It's 25 years for me. I mean, you know,
35 years.
Yeah. So it's just a constant thing. It's a constant grind.
Yeah. Have you noticed that as the industry evolves, has that required you guys to evolve as well? I mean, we didn't have films like this 10, 15 years ago, for instance. But
Yeah.
in what ways has it sort of, affected or informed your career and your lives?
Well, I think there's kind of a renaissance as far as film goes for women, for people of color. It's really an exciting time. We were both around in the 90s and
the other
80s.
Renaissance.
Yes, the 90s.
After the Harlem Renaissance, there was the 80s, 90s Renaissance.
We were both around
so we were around
for that time.
I was around for the Harlem Renaissance.
Oh my God. But I also remember the 2000s, you know, when a lot of work went away, especially for people of color and stuff. So you know, it's an exciting time now. I think what we really want to do is make sure this is not a fad and that it, you know, is constant. You know?
I think what's great when people diversify, not just being an actor, but being a producer, writer, director. Right. The more women and more people of color in decision-making positions and creative positions, I think that will add to sustainability of real diversity. I mean, look at you two. This is
really
when I was growing up, this would have never happened.
Yeah, really.
For sure, if I modeled for a long time and that wasn't a thing, that didn't happen.
Never.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting too, because I do love the point that you're making, not only around sort of diversity in gender and sexual orientation and race and ethnicity, but also diversity of perspectives and thought.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's about creativity.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. And there's not one formula, not one format, not one theme. The more choices you have of thought and creation, the better society is.
For sure. And even when we talk about the film, like she plays my mother,
right?
And my character, Janelle, is like a millennial businesswoman. I'm a business owner, my brother as well.
Right.
And we are not thinking about marriage. We're not thinking about kids. We're living the dream. And they're like,
and come
where
on.
are my grandkids?
It's time.
So even in the same family, you have people who are, you know, who don't think the same.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why the movie's great, because it's multi-generation.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of relatable stories.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to see Dear Santa, I Need a Date. Please share with our audience where they can watch.
TV1, December 8th.
That's right.
Dear Santa, I Need a Date.
Yes.
Watch it with your mama, your grandmama, your kids.
That's
everybody.
right. For everybody.
It's
We
funny.
have a date.
It's clean.
Yes.
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 We will be your date.
There you go. Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank
More on EverTalk Live. People changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Welcome back to EverTalk EverTalk Live. We are here with Match's chief dating expert, helping us survive the holiday season as a single. Rachel Dialto, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So, how did you become the relationship expert that you are, first and foremost?
It started as I started a dating company 12 years ago, and I was a lawyer at the time looking to start this company based on a concept. And the company didn't take off, but I was exposed to this entire industry of love, and all of these people started contacting me saying, can you help me? And at that time I was like, how do I do that? Do I have to become go back to school and get a PhD? And I was like, I just had a doctorate. Right. I don't need another one. And I ended up becoming a coach, and I've been working in the industry for about 10 years now.
Wow, it's incredible. So, just coming from law,
yeah,
jumping into relationships, I mean, what was that? What was the inspiration behind that? Was it personal? Was it just, exclusively professional?
It was really, the company is what generated that switch. But honestly, it's funny when people say, oh my gosh, you're a lawyer now, you talk relationships and dating. I was like, it's all the same thing. So when I was a lawyer, I did a lot of mediation and compromising and getting people to meet in the middle, which is the same thing that I do when I'm working with couples, or even if I'm talking to single people, it's negotiation. Yes. It's all of those skill sets. So it's really not that different.
So how can we navigate this holiday season, especially if we're single? I'm single, and it's a really hard time for me, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. We have to start with perspective and realize that it's really about us and the way that we think about ourselves that changes the way that we look at dating. And I've found that if we can really just change that perspective and realize it's not a disease to be single. We can want to date, we can want to have a partner, but it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us as a human because we're not attached. And also realizing that most people are looking for love. So Match does this crazy, enormous study every year, and we found that 60% of singles are actually looking for love, not just a casual relationship, love. So they're out there, and there's definitely people that are interested in meeting as well.
It's interesting though, because I know I'm not crazy, but I've even been asked while I'm on dates, what's wrong with you? You must be crazy if you're single. I was waiting for the crazy to come out.
Second date killer. Right. Well, I think it's if someone's asking that, I think you have the right to stand up for yourself and be like, "There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with you? Why are you here?"
Right.
Right. Or let them know, "Hey, listen, I just haven't met my person," which is the advice that I give for people who are dealing with nosy family members during this holiday season.
So what is the best way to respond to that? To the aunts, to the uncles who are going, hey, so have you found that person?
Yeah.
Are you going to freeze your eggs? What are you going to do? You're getting old. You're still single?
I want grandbabies.
Yeah.
I'd be like, simmer down. But honestly,
it's a real thing.
It really has to be about you owning the boundaries there. And understanding that you control the conversation, and they can be as intrusive as they try to be, but you actually have the right to say, no, listen, I'm dating, let's not get deep into that. Let's talk about you. Yeah. And frankly, people love to talk about themselves. So ask them a question, have it spun back to them and get them talking.
It's such a good point. I used to just say, do you want me to be happy or do you want me to be like you? But it's such a interesting, I think, experience, particularly for singles around the holidays. And what you said earlier is interesting. Like 60% of folks are looking for love. So what's the real or the greatest challenge there? Why aren't people finding it if they're looking?
I think we have an issue right now where there's so much volume, and obviously I work with Match, and it's an app, and that's part of the problem sometimes is that there's so many options. But I do think that people are getting a little bit more introspective and self-aware, and so we're starting to see a shift from massive volume, massive swiping to I'm going to really pay attention to these people, and I'm going to pay attention to the profile. So I think that was part of the problem, is we're just getting mismatched, but that's actually we're seeing some shifts in that direction.
That's encouraging, the self-awareness, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to reflect that on your profile then?
I think just really being honest and vulnerable, and I mean, obviously you don't want to pour it all out there on a profile, but being positive and knowing that, I believe that like attracts like, and if you are putting out there what you want to receive, and you're working on yourself, and you're treating yourself the way that you want to be treated, it all kind of comes full circle. And the thing is, love is magic. So at the end of the day, there's a little bit of like pixie dust that has to be involved in it as well.
but you can do all of the other steps to get you ready for it.
Where is it they sell that pixie dust?
Yeah,
I'd just buy it and sell it is what I would do.
Yeah. You know what? I got some marketing to do.
Really, you could sell some love magic. I mean, gold
Indeed,
right there.
right? Incredible.
So where can people find and follow you and get more information?
I'm Rachel D'Alto everywhere, and Match actually has a free holiday hotline for anyone who wants to call and get some advice from experts, and if you're having a tough time. So you don't have to be a member. You can just call up and get all your questions
Super
answered.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow. You bring it off the
something
hook.
I'm proud of. Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Rachel. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Wow,
Yes.
Tiana Coker, that video is fierce.
Thank you. Yeah, it was such a fun time making it because like everybody involved in that video was like they're all friends. So it's really it makes a difference working with friends. Like the energy, like you can tell we're having so much fun on set.
Do you work really closely with the producers and the directors on the concept?
Absolutely. Yeah, on the phone with them like every day, production meetings. I styled the entire video, even the dancers. Yeah, so it's I'm very, very involved with everything in my career.
When are you at your like creative best? Like what inspires concepts and videos like that?
Really colors. Like I'm
You
like
mentioned that even you're out. Like,
yeah, I'm a very like when I listen to something, I'm like, this is bright. Or if I listen to like another song, this is like kind of more neutral and darker. But this one, because like we released it like in the fall, transitioning into the winter, I still wanted something that's still very bright and like kind of a break from all the Christmassy stuff. So I was like, let's look like highlighters. Let's be orange. So yeah.
I love like the very 90s contemporary R&B vibes. Who have been your biggest inspirations?
Aaliyah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Well, yeah.
Obvious. Yeah. Tamia, Brandy, and like SWV, TLC, and Vogue. Like.
Oh man. Yes.
Yeah. Music.
Music.
Did you ever see any of those folks perform live as a kid? Or anything like that?
No, but I do have a track coming out with TLC.
Ah, yes.
So
Tell us about that.
I was very fortunate to be able to work with them. It's kind of like a No Scrubs remix.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very excited for that to come out.
Holy smokes. So take us back. Like, when did you discover that you had a love for music and?
I mean, I've always like just been singing my entire life, but I was also an athlete, so I kind of was just more active. But then I tore my calf muscle, so I was like, so what am I gonna do in my free time now? then I was just like, maybe I'm gonna sing again. So then my mom was like, you know, if you want to do this, you can. So, you know, I contacted a bunch of producers, and from then it just kept going. Then I went to school for musical theater in the UK, and ever since then I just haven't stopped.
Wow. You went to one of the best schools in the world, though, for performing arts.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think was the one thing you really learned in your time when you were actually really focused on study versus what you've learned now that you're in the world?
Definitely just foundations in everything and anything, like foundations on acting, singing, and dancing. Like, I think it's very important to have those foundations. I mean, like, art in general is something that you have naturally, but it's also definitely something you can learn. I always love being a student anywhere I am. Yeah.
You know, one of the things I love about you is that when I hear your music and I feel, or I see your videos, I feel you, like you feel very much the same. I think like you own your authenticity. Has that been a struggle at all for you, sort of? Because, you know, this day and age, I think a lot of people want to please this huge audience.
Absolutely. But I've always made it a point that being your, like, true self is always going to read better than trying to be someone else. Yeah. So there are times where I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that to fit in, but then I catch myself and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's going to be a waste of your time, and then people are going to see that you don't like it, so it's just not going to read.
Do you have people in your life that sort of encouraged you to own your authenticity?
Absolutely. I'm very fortunate to have like a well-rounded group of people, especially here in LA. It can get difficult, and like people can just be, for lack of better words, fake. Yeah. I'm definitely very grateful to have the people that surround me. Yeah, definitely.
And they're all in your video.
Yes, no, literally.
Right?
They're, like everybody in that video, like we're all like friends. Like we'll have Taco Tuesday together. Like we'll go to church together. It's just, it's family.
Family is so important. Community is key, especially in Los Angeles. What other advice do you have to share with maybe young artists who are looking to have a career that you have?
I say this everywhere just because like I really strongly believe in it. As a kid, you believed that anything was possible. Like if you wanted to fly, you believed that. Yeah. So like why can't you still believe those things now? You know?
So true. I literally remember buying, I didn't get to buy them because we didn't have that kind of money, but the Jordans, like when the new Jordans come out, I would go to like Foot Locker, try them on, I would swear I could jump higher. And I feel like that kind of energy is something that the folks that I see now as adults have, they have that same kind of perspective.
Yeah.
I just feel like they can jump. When you're not feeling that way, is there anything that helps you feel that way?
I pray.
Yeah.
Read the Bible. Yeah. I just try and tap in and just like, you know, just listen to worship music and whatnot. Yeah.
Totally.
Faith is so important, especially in your journey as an artist.
Yes, very.
What are you most looking forward to?
Ooh, next year, Grammys. I'm performing at the pre-Grammy soiree. What? So that's super fun. And then more singles coming out, the one with TLC, and then my EP's coming out. So
big year.
Yeah,
big
2020
year.
is the year, definitely. And I'm hoping to, you know, probably go on tour with someone. You know, that's just another dream of mine.
Do you get anxious at all when you're either performing? Does any of this make you anxious? Or not so much?
I do get like some stage fright like right before I go, but then once I'm on, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I can see it goes away.
No, it really is. And like I said, like performing with my friends, like we just like hold each other down. Yeah.
Well, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you, because 2020 is certainly going to be
Yes, absolutely. So all my social media is my name, which is Tiana Coker. That's TIANAKOCHER.
Thanks, babe. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on EverTalk Live.
You watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Even a first date, I think it's a really good idea. Like, hey, I'm really into feet. I do think when it comes to fetishes like that, maybe that helps people match up, because the foot licker and the person who likes their feet licked are going to be a good match.
And they might not mind that thing so much, but if you just come out and be like, yo, I like to lick feet, that
maybe it's a person that really likes their feet licked.
Yeah. So this guy's going, hey, I want to lick your feet.
If it's a person looking for a serious relationship and they just really like feet, hey baby, I saw that open-toed picture of you and like your feet look really lovely. Yeah. Be prepared for a response if the other person is not into it when you say you want to lick their feet. How far does that go for you? Are you on foot fetish sites every day and you don't go to work because you're so consumed in it? Foot fetish is actually like a common way. So something like a foot fetish, a lot of times it's a more submissive man. Get away.
Yeah.
Your feet. Maybe not the way to go.
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live. I'm so excited to welcome our next guest. He's an author of Letters to a Dead Friend, Brad Warner. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I made it here.
You did indeed.
So, Brad, tell us, what is this book? What are these letters, and who are they written for?
Try to make a short version. I've been writing books about Zen since 2004. My first book was Hardcore Zen. And since 2009, I've been doing these tours through Europe, where I just go and lead retreats and I talk about Zen meditation and all this stuff. And in the year 2014, two friends of mine I'm from Akron, Ohio, who were people I knew back in Akron from the punk rock scene that I'd been part of before I got into Zen. They were both, as I was touring, dying of cancer, and I was in communication with one of them during the tour and writing back and forth to him. And the day he died, I wrote this little diary entry that was a bit like a letter to him, like all the things I'd wished I'd said to him. And several years later and a few books later, I decided that would be a good framework to write a book about Zen. So I took the first letter, the first chapter of the book is almost verbatim that diary entry. The rest are kind of more made-up letters than that one, but it all follows the same format.
What do you feel that folks will love most about this book?
I don't know. I try to put a lot of humor into it. Most books about Zen Buddhism tend to be very dry and academic, and I actually kind of like those books sometimes myself because I get into that sort of thing. But I realize that's not for most people. So I think the humor of it comes out, and the feelings that I had for both of these people, I really tried to put that in and write very sincerely, exactly as if I thought they could read them.
Yeah. It's one of the things I love most about this book. There were a couple of things. One, that is entertaining, but it's also extremely enlightening. I find that very interesting. I also like the conversational tone because it's written in letters. How does this book, I mean, obviously it's dramatically different from previous books, but was it much more difficult writing this book than the previous ones, or did it flow more easily?
Yeah, it was difficult because once I decided to do this, I decided it had to be real. I mean, obviously they're not real letters, but as much as possible, I wanted to write it exactly as if one or the other of these people could read it. So I had to really kind of focus on, how I felt about them and what I thought that they would want to hear, from me if they could read it in the afterlife or whatever. I did go back and revise it a little bit to make it more readable, but really everything in the raw state was very much directed at these people. So that was emotionally difficult.
Yeah. It's interesting to me, I've heard an expression once that I thought was, sort of inspiring, is that first you write the book and then the book writes you, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thing writing books, because I had wanted to be a writer since I was a teenager, and writing books about Zen Buddhism was not the thing I wanted to end up doing. I imagined myself as a science fiction writer or maybe a screenwriter or something.
Especially you mentioned punk rock. It just doesn't seem like...
Yeah. The first book I wrote was Hardcore Zen, and it's subtitled Punk Rock Monster Movies and the Truth About Reality, because at the time I was working for a company who specialized in making monster movies. I was living in Japan. So it's been a weird sort of journey, and making a living out of it has been kind of interesting, because I'm just putting myself out there all the time, and of course things come back to you.
Yeah.
And some of them are good and some of them aren't so good, but you just do it.
So if there's anybody out there, maybe an inspiring writer, an author, or maybe a teacher, and they want to get their message out to the world in a bigger, better way, what recommendations would you have?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's easier nowadays to get up there. I started a YouTube channel 2 years ago, And that's it's not massively successful, but it's it's going well, and I wonder if I'm reaching more people with that than with the books sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's very easy to put something out. It's just you put it out there and you don't know how people are going to respond to it, so you kind of have to work this dialogue with your audience and build from there, I think.
It really requires you to practice what you preach, doesn't it? In terms of the Zen and.
So what is your overall message?
My overall message? Every time I get asked that, I don't know. And the reason is because I started practicing Zen meditation when I was in my late teens, and it was purely a personal thing. And I found it incredibly useful, and I am probably not at all the demographic that would get into something like Zen. I was never into spirituality or any of this. I played bass in a punk rock band, and I just stumbled across this thing. So I suppose the only message I have is I want to be able to present this thing that I found very useful to people who probably wouldn't encounter it any other way.
Yeah.
They wouldn't read those books that are in the the New Age section of the bookstore with the flowers on the cover, that kind of stuff.
I think that's one of the things you do well is you make it digestible and sort of palatable and easy for people to sort of process. What tips have you learned in order to do that well? Because I think that in of itself is an art.
Yeah, I don't know. I as I mentioned earlier in the show, I do this Zazen meditation every day, and it's a really, it's probably the most basic, bare bones form of meditation that you could find. We call it just sitting because that's what it is. You're not even trying to be mindful or anything like that. So I do that every day, every morning and every night, and I've been doing it for 35 years. And God, I just try to keep on that path and watch myself and not worry too much about what other people think of it and how they judge it.
Just love that.
Fred, please tell everyone where they can find and follow your journey and, of course, get your book.
Well, I have a blog at hardcorezen.info, and it's hardcorezen.info because we couldn't get .com. So if you go to hardcorezen.info, there's the recurring blog, there's links to the YouTube channel, there's ways you can buy the book, and everything else is there.
Just fantastic.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live.
The stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
We look good. All of us. We are so hot and humble. You know me, I gotta follow the light. Yeah, girl. It's all about that light. I saw that light over there. I said, this must be my light. What are we doing? You laugh, you snort. Our producer's messing up the set. Security.
Thank you. That was awesome. I was like, are we going into infomercial right now? Where's the 1-800 number? I don't know how we need to have these bloopers. Well, there you have it. Yes. You guys can binge watch all of our episodes on upgradeyourlifetv.com and on the EverTalk app. Bye, guys. Bye.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Happy Wednesday from Los Angeles, back here at EverTalk Live. What a day! What a day!
And we have the very rare appearance of Mr. Andy Waldman, our executive producer, the wizard behind the curtain, the man who makes all this magic happen.
And this never happens, by the way, like ever. Andy.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
2 years, live show, nearly 500 episodes, 3,000 guests. And it's just been amazing. We've never missed one show that we had planned. We've streamed everyone successfully live. You guys have been prepared for every single guest. It has been amazing how you guys operate. I thank you. Our producers thank you. We have so many other people here, including Nicole and producer Alex, who's on the board right now.
Yes.
We've had some OG
They were
producers,
OGs. Yeah, OG.
Victoria Simone,
Yes.
Nina Moreno, Emma Merriman, some of our favorites. We also have some great interns, Miranda.
Miranda, yes.
And Megan, who
Megan.
did a great job. And of course, Dr. Erin, who was an amazing part of our operation here as well. Thank you. Just amazing.
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
And we have nothing but infinite gratitude for you, Andy. I mean that. You have just created something here that I feel is like epic, and it's unique, and it's so incredibly inspiring. And every single day, I look forward to doing the show, and I look forward to just talking to you guys and working with you every single week. It's amazing, truly.
One of the first things Andy Waldman ever said was expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
And this whole entire journey has been so unexpected and so blessed. Really, truly. We're hashtag community powered here, and this community is everything.
Absolutely.
We really, we had Tony Potts on Monday's show.
Tony
Access
Potts!
Hollywood.
Yes.
He did Access Hollywood for 10 years. And, you know, he was a guest on this show, and he really essentially passed the torch and said, linear television, we all know that.
Yeah.
EverTalk is America's first live streaming talk show network with 96 shows on our network with our flagship morning show, similar to the one on Apple TV, if anybody's watched that one. And, shout out to, we had Sherry Belafonte on from the morning show on the debut of the morning show.
Yes.
So we are in it.
Talk about OGs.
Wow.
There's amazing.
We are in it.
Yes.
We are.
Celebrate the event, we have put together a little reel.
Oh.
Let's take a look.
Oh.
And I'm Jessamine Moyer. This is EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. from the Ever Media Studios for a little Hollywood and happiness, positivity, and pop culture. On Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app, and of course streaming live on all socials. Totally full of Hollywood and happiness. I'm just so blessed with the guests that we've received and the way the community has honored and embraced us. Thank you.
I've got so much love in my life, and then I get to do this with you every single day. I mean, it's incredible.
If you have a dream, do not let anything stop you.
You can have all the money or all the success in the world, but if you don't have peace, it's all worth this, really, right?
Happiness from the inside out. Please be sure, if you haven't read this book,
Sweet.
you've got to. If you are loved, you attract love.
Yes.
You have to raise those vibes, and you have to let go of whatever's not vibing with you. I
important to
love
remember.
what we do.
I do too, Jess.
Miracles. I'd like just my life to be an example that miracles exist. I am just so grateful that we get to be a part of this journey together, Rob, whether it's 4 a.m. texting up peanut butter and jellies or coming to you live Monday through Friday every 9 a.m. You know when you're going to see that, Eddie?
Yes.
When we're holding it in our
That's
own
right,
hands,
Jen, that's
Rob, for Best Digital daytime talk show.
You do the night thing really well, and you network, and you do it responsibly, and then you wake up the next day bright and early. You're the first one here, along with Andy Waldman, the executive producer.
Well, you know what the secret is?
Yeah.
I drink my rosé.
That's what makes people lucky, like actually lucky, is that they believe they're lucky.
But thank you for being my mentor, Rob.
Likewise.
He didn't even know it.
What didn't surprise me was the Victoria's Secret party that I went to. That was amazing, but amazing for weird reasons, because it was like,
wait,
yeah,
what? What Victoria's Secret party were you at? I was geeking out over my rosé and planning my world takeover.
Yeah.
I'm out all the time. I'm everywhere. I'm drinking my wine. I'm doing the show. I'm stepping and repeating on some kind of red carpet. I had a little too much rosé. One drink Jeslyn. One drink Jeslyn. 2 tequila Jeslyn. 2 tequila Jeslyn.
One drink Jazz.
Is this one drink Jeslyn? At 4 o'clock in the morning, he's like, I could really use a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I said, Robbie, you read my mind. That's what I'm eating right now. Literally, I wore leggings to the grocery store the other day, and I never go in public in leggings. It's like against my being, right? So embarrassing. I was like, okay, universe, lesson is learned. There was a hole in my leggings. I will not do it again. I hope you're proud, Rob.
I'm very proud of you, actually. I don't know how you have it.
I'm stressed out. I got spotted in Beverly Hills, got this ticket. They have my picture on it and everything.
Oh my God.
I
And you're smiling probably.
I was smiling. I am guilty as charged.
If anybody out there has recommendations on vegan pizza that's like, that tastes real, when's the last time you've eaten a breakfast that you cooked, Jez?
Okay, truth be told, I've only ever cooked myself toast.
I had many girlfriends actually that, like, you know, they in their drunken stupor were like, let's go get tattoos. And I'm like, no.
And of course, two of my favorite things in life as a single girl, I pretty much only buy 2 groceries, coffee and chocolate.
The hair is killing it today.
Oh, thank you. Clearly, we have no fun around here. It's a thing. Thought of the day, light, love, and magic. Oh, I do it fun. It was wild. Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh my God, do you know we're still on live, Rob? Right now.
You gotta be kidding.
Talking to my angels.
That's hilarious.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth.
They always say if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, right? I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah,
we couldn't do what we do without the support of you watching. Thank you for sharing, for DMing, for commenting, for continuing to support us as we grow and scale our vision, for the people in the studio and their friends and families for having our backs. We're so grateful.
Right. And I'm most deeply and genuinely grateful for you. Truly I am, Jazz. It's just a pleasure every day to get to connect with you and work with you. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. We love you, Rob Mack. There isn't a man or woman who hasn't met you and said you're the best dressed person in Los Angeles and the happiest guy we know. It's an honor to be able to do this show with you.
That.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
You guys, I mean, genuinely, like, you know, we're in the video, but you guys are the video. Like, the fact that you created this incredible video, I feel so deeply indebted to you for that. You guys are an all-star team, and I mean that. A deep, like, really all-star dream team of people to work with, and I appreciate you so much.
Oh,
yeah.
So good. How can we not watch that and just cry? I mean, what
It is a tearjerker, huh?
It is a tearjerker. We cry every day, but we see you guys in action. Thank you to producer
Oh,
Alex.
thank you, Alex.
Couldn't have done it without them.
No,
She's
shining
on the board,
star.
doing all the B-roll, all the graphics and everything else. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Here we
Yes.
go. Let's have her say a few words.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing time working with you guys. And I can't wait to see where the show goes.
Oh, thank you, Alex.
Oh, here we go.
Our
Well,
show
I've
star.
only been here a few months, but it has been an honor to wake up every day with you guys. Such positivity, such happiness. There's no better way to start my day.
And you guys are literally the embodiment of that, by the way. Like, you guys
Yeah.
are like living lights. It's incredible. I mean that. Like, in addition to you being so talented and smart and hardworking, really, like, it's the attitude. I mean, it's amazing.
And we couldn't do it without you, Andy Waldman.
Indeed.
It has been my pleasure. We are going to toast here.
Yes!
With Moet Rosé. The worldwide launch happened this week. It's currently on sale around town in Beverly Hills and West Hollywood and
Yeah.
Brentwood. We're going to be having some later on today. I'm going to be pouring some out right now, actually.
Oh, yes.
I am going to pour out some as we close the show.
Yes.
Actually, I'll let Nicole do the honors. Here we go.
Oh, yes, this is so exciting. My signature first
Yeah,
product,
right?
Rosé.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh, this is so special. I'm so excited to have it with you guys today. Thank you.
You are super welcome.
What an awesome, awesome 2 years
Wow.
this has been.
Wow.
Wow, here we go.
Here we go. Stand by. To everyone here at EverTalk and EverTalk Live, thank you very much for a great 2 years. Here's to many, many more.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
Salud. Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow. We will be live from West Hollywood. Of course, you can watch the whole episode from today or any episode on demand on EverTalk TV on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. Send us a DM. We love hearing from you guys. We do this show because we love you and we love doing this show, period. Please reach out. We will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern. Have a great day on purpose.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yes.